very much. Our chief guest has now arrived. Allow us to be upstanding. Excellency, First President of Zanzibar, Honorable Othman Masoud Othman, the Minister for the President's Office, Constitution, Legal Affairs, Public Service and Good Governance, Honorable Harun Ali Suleiman, the CEO of the East Africa Philanthropy Network, Evans Okinyi, and the Board Chair, Ms. Jacqueline Asiimwe, for the East Africa Philanthropy Network. I would like to invite our co-host for this conference and the Executive Director of Legal Services Facility, who also serves as a board member of the EAPN, Ms. Lulu Ngw'anakilala, to come and give opening remarks.
First Vice President of the Revolutionary Government of Zanzibar, Othman Masoud Othman, Minister for the President's Office, Constitution, Legal Affairs, Public Service and Good Governance, Honorable Harun Ali Suleiman, esteemed Board Chairperson, EAPN, Jacqueline Asiimwe, CEO of the EAPN, Evans Okinyi, distinguished guests, honorable dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First of all, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest for graciously accepting our invitation to officiate the opening of the 8th East Africa Philanthropic Network, EAPN, annual General Conference here in Zanzibar on behalf of His Excellency, President of the Revolutionary Government of Zanzibar, President of the Revolutionary Government of Zanzibar, Honorable Hussein Ali Mwinyi. It is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you as the Executive Director of the Legal Services Facility, LSF, and co-host of this prestigious event. I take this moment to extend a sincere welcome to all participants, speakers, delegates who have gathered here for this three-day conference on systems transformation, catalyzing collective action in philanthropy. This conference holds a very special significance as it aims to inspire philanthropy actors to adapt actionable tools, align with ecosystem changes, and establish collaborations that will enable them to thrive in an evolving philanthropic landscape. I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to the East African Philanthropic Network, EAPN, for their visionary decision to hold this conference in Zanzibar. Their commitment and hard work in coordinating this event, as well as spearheading the philanthropic agenda in the East Africa region deserves our utmost recognition and applause. Ladies and gentlemen, philanthropy in Africa is deeply ingrained in the rich tapestry of our cultural traditions and encompasses a multitude of forms, from indigenous mechanisms to foundations, corporate philanthropy, and individual giving. Our diverse philanthropic ecosystem paves the way for innovative approaches to address complex social challenges that bring about a meaningful change. The true power of African philanthropy lies in its ability to empower local communities and drive sustainable development from within. Throughout the continent, we witness inspiring examples of community-led initiatives that address key development priorities, such as education, healthcare, poverty reduction, environmental sustainability, and social justice. African philanthropy acts as a vital force in supporting and amplifying these grassroots efforts, providing the necessary resources, expertise, and networks to foster lasting change. The focus on systems transformation arises from pressing need within the philanthropy sector to explore innovative and holistic approaches. It is through collective action, building partnerships, creating networks, and mobilizing stakeholders that we can effect meaningful and lasting change. Over the course of the next 3 days, this conference will delve into actionable engagements, community interventions based on evidence-based data, emerging investment models, and collaborative efforts to foster a conducive environment for the growth of philanthropy in Africa. As the Legal Services Facility, LSF, philanthropy plays a vital role in supporting access to justice programs by providing the necessary resources and funding. These programs aim to ensure that all individuals, regardless of their socio-economic status, have equal access to legal services and can seek justice when their rights are violated. Through generous contributions, philanthropic organizations and individuals enable the Legal Services Facility, LSF, to expand its reach and impact, making legal aid services more accessible to marginalized and vulnerable communities. Therefore, the African philanthropic agenda is of our key interest, and we are deeply invested in hearing your perspectives and actively participating in the discussions during the conference. We firmly believe that the outcomes of this conference will be another valuable step towards systems-wide transformation, and in turn will spearhead sustainable development efforts across the region. As I conclude, I would like to extend my best wishes to each and every one of you for a productive and enriching stay here in Zanzibar. May this conference be a catalyst for new ideas, meaningful collaborations, and transformative action that will create a lasting impact on the philanthropic landscape of East Africa. And together, let us celebrate the remarkable endeavors of African philanthropy and amplify its influence as we strive to create a prosperous and inclusive Africa for generations to come. And may I also take this opportunity to welcome you all to beautiful Zanzibar. Please take the opportunity to enjoy Zanzibar. We're very proud of our land as one of the best tourist destinations. So while you're here, please enjoy Zanzibar. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency first Vice President of Zanzibar, our partners from the East Africa community, our partners from the private sector entities within the East Africa region, our distinguished guests, all protocols observed. Good morning. Good morning. The room looks so serious. Extremely tense. It doesn't portray the spirit of philanthropy. So, can we loosen up? Your Excellency, I think if you smile the way you are smiling, so I am happy that we are back to our true colors and roots. Thank you so much. It's such an honor and pleasure. I was given a speech to read. I've never read a speech. So my team, my apologies. I'll do this the way we do it better. It is really a pleasure to speak to you today about the importance of why we are gathered here today. Earlier this year, we reached out to you and we asked you, what should we do to support the work that you do, to bring the change that we desire? And you said that what the sector needs at this moment in time is a transformation of our systems. It's for us to approach development as a collective responsibility. And we listened. And so we are convening here today as we celebrate our 20th year anniversary as the East Africa Philanthropy Network to explore how, as a sector, we can transform the systems, the practices that shape our philanthropic actions. And also to explore how we can collaboratively do it. And so I am happy and I am honored to have each and every one of you in this room. And I want to believe that the next few days, we will not only learn, we will not only connect, but we will get out of Zanzibar with practical, actionable steps that we can make as a people, as a sector, to strengthen development. I also want to say that the concept of systems change in philanthropy really involves fundamental shifts from addressing the symptoms of the challenges and problems that we are tackling. And this really requires a deep understanding of the perpetual social inequalities that we are dealing with as a society. And we've got to demonstrate the willingness to work with other entities so that we can create a systemic solution. And it is on that background that in this room today, we have good representation of the philanthropic community, good representation of the government as a development partner, of course, of which primary responsibility of development lies. And of course, we have private sector with that. What we have done in the past is to talk within ourselves as a sector. Yet when we leave the room, we say we've got to approach development from a tripartite angle: government, private sector, civil society. And so I want to believe that we have the right mix in the room to ensure that we achieve that objective. Systems change in philanthropy requires a long-term commitment. And that's why throughout the sessions, we will be looking at how we can put in place long-term, community-engaged, communities-involved strategies that can go to generations and generations. And we want to see how we can collectively live Zanzibar with a collective understanding that we have to embrace the willingness to take risks. And as you all know, that is what philanthropy is known for. Our nimbleness, our ability to take risks, our ability to support governments, you know, in those risky ventures, in those innovative ventures, in those catalytic approaches that we've got to embrace and that we'll talk about throughout this conference. And we've got to also understand that for us to achieve the transformations in systems that we want to discuss throughout this conference, we must focus on outcomes rather than outputs. I think we have to be very clear on that. There's no single organization, no single individual that can achieve the changes that we are talking about on their own. I think we all need to catalyze collective action. We all need to work collaboratively with others. We all need to be united behind a common agenda. And that is what we seek to achieve through this conference. As I come to an end, transformative social change is only possible if we are willing to challenge the status quo. And I think one of the things that is in this room today, the over 300 of you, is the understanding that this is a free space. That this is a space where we can articulate the issues which are affecting us and collectively address them as a sector and as development actors. And so we've got to disrupt systems, and more so those systems which perpetuate social inequalities. I think that is very important. We must be willing to listen to voices of those who are most affected by the social problems and work with them and on the problems to create solutions that are grounded in their lived experiences. And that's why in this room we have a good percentage. And this was very intentional from us as the organizers of the conference to have communities represented, both as beneficiaries and intermediaries of the work that we do as a sector. In conclusion, I want to urge you people to join the movement of systems transformation so that we can collectively change the course of philanthropy. As the East Africa Philanthropy Network, our mission remains one. We want to see a vibrant philanthropy driving sustainable development, not just in East Africa, but across the continent and across the globe. And I am very appreciative of our partners from all over the world in this room, as you will see in the sessions that we are starting this morning, to come and share with us. So we are looking at how do we share knowledge across the regional blocks of the continent. So some of you are representing the West, the South, and the northern part of the continent. And we are also looking at how can Africa learn from other continents. And we have distinguished speakers within us from those other continents to share with us on specific issues which we feel will strengthen the work that we are doing in this continent. Thank you so much. We welcome you to Zanzibar. We welcome you to the conference. And we hope that your coming here will not just be to register presence, but to cause the change that we want to see. Thank you so much. And with those very many remarks, I want to take this opportunity to welcome my board chair, who will handle the rest within the program. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Evans and Lulu. Your Excellency, the first Vice President of Zanzibar, to all our guests and delegates, all protocol observed. On behalf of the Board and Secretariat of the East Africa Philanthropy Network, I heartily welcome each one of you to the 8th East Africa Philanthropy Conference. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Thank you for making time to come, to learn, and to grow together. Thank you for making time to connect with your peers who work in this space from wherever they are located. Thank you for saying yes to this conference. We don't take that yes for granted, and we want to make this time worthwhile for you. As I thought of what to say this morning, my mind went to the tagline of the conference, and that is the 3 E's. We are inviting you to engage, enrich, empower. To engage, we need to be fully present. Not half present, but fully present. You cannot start your car by putting the key into the ignition unless you put the key into the ignition all the way. And so you cannot benefit from this conference unless you fully are engaged. So our invitation to you is be here, body, mind, and soul. Be here as yourself, your thoughts, your questions, your wisdoms for moving philanthropy forward. I read a beautiful definition about engaging, and it said engaging is to be interlocked with, to mesh. That's what we want to do while here. When we engage, we are stronger and better for it. To engage is also a deliberate and strategic effort to form or advance a relationship. So what relationships do you need to form or advance? What connections? What conversations? Being intentional about this. The second invitation is to enrich. To enrich is to enhance or improve the quality of something. I hope that this space provides an opportunity for enrichment through the very powerful sessions that we have put together, through the one-on-one or group conversations that you have, and we hope that each moment, whether reflection by the water, a talk as we eat together, that each of these will provide a moment for enrichment. And we ask that you look for moments both to give and to get enrichment. The third is empower. We do not come to this space as though we are powerless. Indeed, we recognize and celebrate the power within each of you that you bring to the space. We also recognize that as we engage in our work individually and as a collective, there are battles that we fight that make us weary. There are processes that we are part of that drain us. So in a sense, when we meet together like this, our call is that we tap into each other's power within for our movement and in order to advance and propel power too. So this is a moment to recharge for the work ahead. It is an opportunity to lay down old ways that no longer serve us and to pick up new energies that will drive us. We are here recognizing our individual power, harnessing our collective power, and propelling the power of giving, generosity, and philanthropy across our continent and beyond. We are also here to talk about how to transform those elements in our arena that disempower us as we find pathways forward. And if I can add one more E, I hope that we all leave energized. I hope that each day you spend here, each session you attend, each conversation you have, each thought, that each of these points of interaction will leave you energized. In a special way, I thank Evans and his great team at the Secretariat. If they're in the room, if you work at the Secretariat of EAPN, please stand up. They're not in the room, they're working hard day and night. If you meet them, please give them a hug, please give them a handshake. They've really worked so hard to put this together. A round of applause. And there seems to be an E thing going on, right? The CEO is Evans, we are in East Africa, this is the 8th Philanthropy Forum. We invited you to engage, empower, enrich. So, in Uganda, let me add 2 E's from Uganda. When something is absolutely good and you're excited about it, you say, So can we all do? Also meet yourself. So when you're excited, what do you do? And when something is horrible, you say. And you also have to come in there. So when it's like hopeless, what do we say? So we want that by the time you leave this conference, you say it was not Thank you so much.
Therefore, he asked your understanding in accepting his presence through me, his immediate assistance. I believe that is accepted. Yes. Secondly, allow me to welcome you to Zanzibar. This is a unique place. I believe you just hear that this is a unique place, but it is really unique. We are holding, Zanzibar is holding 2 major Guinness Book of Record. First, it is a place where the shortest war in the world has been fought. And that is good, that we don't want to extend hostilities whenever it happens. But secondly, it is a place where the closest parliamentary election was won by just 1 vote. It has never happened. We have 2 islands here. Unguja, which is the island you are right now, and another sister island in Pemba. Therefore, that election happened in Pemba at the constituency called the Chake constituency. I think that is not unique enough, I believe. But, you know, this is a place where all major legal systems of the world work hand in hand. At times, Zanzibar was part of the presidency of Bombay. Can you believe it? It was part of the presidency of Bombay in terms of the legal system, because all major cases, at that time we called them session cases, they were referred to Bombay High Court for hearing. And all appeals from Zanzibar, they went to Bombay. And that is not 1,000 years ago, it's only 110 years ago. That was the system. But here we have the Hindu laws have been applicable in Zanzibar, English law, Islamic law, local law, but also German law, Italian laws, through treaties of what we call extraterritorial jurisdiction treaties. I believe that makes it unique enough. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation and gratitude to the President's Office, Constitutional Affairs, Public Service and Good Governance. Likewise, I extend my appreciation to the organizing committee of this important event for putting in place good arrangement of the venue and of the program. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very encouraging to see that this great delegation, which comprises of various representatives of East African organizations, is here in Zanzibar on a fact-finding mission. This is an opportune moment for all of you to understand and explore Zanzibar potentials as a popular tourist destination, but also as an investment destination. Through this gathering, we are rewriting or rereading the history. Why we are rewriting and rereading the history? Because Zanzibar has been a meeting place of all the people from around the world. The Portuguese, the British, the Americans, Germans, Indians, Arabs, Chinese, Malays, Hadramis from Yemen, Persians, Swahili people from the East African coast, and so many of the African people of diverse tribal descent came to Zanzibar, captivated by the charm, absorbed and blended together to form a unique cosmopolitan community of what is conveniently referred or known as Zanzibaris. I stand before you today humbled by the privilege to address this distinguished gathering on a matter of profound significance. As we convene here to deliberate on the pivotal theme of system transformations and its paramount role in catalyzing collective action, it is imperative that we embrace a refined and sophisticated vision of the future. Ladies and gentlemen, Zanzibar, with its rich historical and vibrant cultural heritage, has long recognized the inherent value of unified action in engendering transformative change. Our archipelago, nestled amidst the waters of the Indian Ocean, stands as a testament to the fusion of diverse cultures and ideas, igniting our unwavering commitment to a shared future brimming with boundless possibilities. In the words of Swahili proverb, unity is strength, division is weakness. This age-old adage resonates profoundly with our contemporary world, where we confront myriad challenges that demand concerted efforts. Climate changes, poverty, inequality, and the pervasive impact of COVID-19 pandemic represent but a few of the issues that necessitate the full mobilization of our collective resolve. Ladies and gentlemen, the central theme of this conference, system transformation, catalyzing collective actions, strikes at the very heart of Zanzibar's indomitable determination and tireless endeavors. We remain resolute in our pursuit of unlocking the latent potential within our systems to mold a society that is not only prosperous and sustainable, but also resolutely inclusive. Genuine progress lies not merely within the realm of individual achievements, but rather in the collaborative endeavors of our people, organizations, and institutions. Effective system transformation necessitates a comprehensive and inclusive approach that transcends the confines of geography, ideology, and sectors. It is through robust partnership, both domestic, regional, and international, that we can harness an immense power of collective action to surmount the multifaceted challenges that lies before us. Zanzibar stands poised to embrace the global community, forging alliances, and actively engaging in knowledge exchange and collaboration as we collectively drive towards a shared vision of a better world. Ladies and gentlemen, Zanzibar remains steadfastly committed in ensuring sustainable development and fostering an inclusive, prosperous, and resilient community. We recognize that necessitates a holistic perspective that transcends borders and sections and sectors, harnessing the power of collaboration. We are fervently investing in alternative energy sources and adopting green practices to safeguard our precious natural resources and environment in general. Prioritizing natural resources, prioritizing education, health, and social protection is an unwavering commitment to ensuring that no individual is left behind. Moreover, we are steadfastly constructing resilient and adaptable systems that empower our citizens to improving their quality of life. Ladies and gentlemen, we however understand that we cannot embark upon this arduous journey alone. Only through close partnership, both domestically and internationally, we will attain our shared aspiration for a better world. It is incumbent upon us to channel our diverse knowledge and resources to accelerate the pace of change and amplify our collective impacts. At the crux of our deliberation lies the resolute recognition that systematic change transformation mandates a comprehensive and inclusive perspective that challenges conventional wisdom and established systems. Zanzibar wholeheartedly embraces this approach, eagerly seeking knowledge exchange and collaboration to drive sustainable and inclusive development. Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, I implore each of you to embrace the spirit of collective actions. Let us transcend our individual interests and agendas, focusing unwaveringly on the greater good. Together, let us share our knowledge, expertise, and resources to catalyze change that transcends borders and leaves an indelible impact on the lives of people across the globe. United, we can foster an environment that nurtures innovation, promotes social justice, and paves the way for sustainable development. In this particular juncture, we must adopt a visionary and long-term perspective, for we confront formidable challenges. However, let us never forget that we can surmount these challenges together by steadfastly working in unison. We shall undoubtedly achieve our shared goal of better world. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I extend my deepest gratitude once again for the honor bestowed upon me to address this distinguished gathering. I wish to express my heartfelt appreciation to the East African Network, East African Philanthropy Network, for their exceptional leadership in orchestrating this momentous event. Their visionary approach in unifying brilliant minds and fostering meaningful dialogue on system transformation establishes a remarkable precedent for collective protection within our region. Ladies and gentlemen, I extend my sincere appreciation to our esteemed partners whose unwavering commitment and collaborative spirit have been instrumental in bestowing resounding success upon this assembly. Through your collective efforts, you have exemplified the extraordinary unity, showcasing what can be achieved when diverse stakeholders converge with a shared vision. Moreover, it would be remiss to me not to acknowledge the invaluable contributions of the participants, gracing us with their presence. Your unwavering dedication, profound expertise, and ardent passion for driving transformative change serve as an enduring inspiration to us all. It is through your active engagement and thoughtful contribution that we can chart out the course of our future and propel our collective efforts toward lasting and transformative impact. May I wish this conference a resounding success, and may our collective efforts lead to a better world for all. We are happy and welcoming all delegates to know more about Zanzibar. Please visit our national and international tourist attractions, historical places, and things that you will not find anywhere in the world, like the red monkeys. I wish you success in meeting the objective of this conference. Just not forget what I said earlier. If you want to keep Zanzibar, come again in this. After all these few remarks, again, I wish you successful deliberation during this conference, and I have the honor to declare that this August Assembly is officially open.
Thank you so much, Excellencies. Feel warmly welcome to this beautiful, beautiful place. I would like to ask our esteemed guests here on the podium to stand so that we can take a photo, and then we have a small gift which will be presented by our Board Chair. Thank you. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for bringing us this morning. I believe that we are now going to meet you to other government matters. But we say thank you and we promise to be back in December. And December, good times to be found in December. Thank you. Dear delegates, we're now on to the work of planning our time